Hey guys, Steph and Joanne here, and we are cruising in Nova Scotia. Let me show you. Can you see there the coast? We just got back from cranberry picking, and
Eat
cranberries. It's almost Thanksgiving. So we're talking today about resistance, and Joanne always gets on these tangents, these talks, and I say, stop talking, we need to record this, share with the people. So let us know in the comments if you are enjoying these videos and what you think about resistance. So we're just going to share with you really quick a little bit about how our perspective on it and how we use it in our life or not use it. So Joanne, what were you just talking about? Resistance?
I was talking about resistance, how in my life, if I notice that I am not looking forward to something or something frustrates me or annoys me, that there's a bit of resistance to the flow of what's going on in the moment, and it's always a tiring thing. And when I think about the word resistance, how it's something that stops the flow of energy, whether in an electrical circuit or, you know, when we sail, we're always cleaning the bottoms of the boats because when stuff grows on it, it creates resistance. Or, yeah, so it's really, to me, resistance is stopping of a natural energy flow.
And I'm pretty sure Joanne just told me that the only reason we get tired is when there is a flow of resistance. Coming from the girl that was chronically anemic and lethargic and tired and had this story in my head, and yes, those are all still valid reasons. Definitely check your iron, and there's other reasons we can be tired, but maybe if you've tried everything like I had for that, and I will tell you, it wasn't until I started to meditate and really align this energy that I started waking up with crazy alignment and energy. The contrast to my first 28 years of living. Most of my 20s I was pretty tired and low iron and lethargic and blocked energetically. So
that's a great question. Like, is there something in your life that you know you're resisting? You know, maybe it's a job you don't like. Maybe it's a task you don't like. Yeah, that's a great question. Is there something you're aware of that you're resisting, you know?
So, Joanne, how can people figure that out? How can they know? And I have my own ways of knowing. For me, it's tension. Like, I feel tension in my body if it's resistance. So how can people notice if it's resistance?
I think it's really a feeling thing. Like, you feel it in your body. And we were talking about different, like, emotions that feel like resistance, like struggling against something, trying hard to make something happen, or being annoyed or frustrating. You feel it in your body, don't you? I mean, that's what you were just saying.
Yeah.
You feel it, like, you know.
Yeah.
I notice I've been training with this trainer, and coming back to running again after being away for a long time, and feel myself, like, you know, not looking forward to the runs and having resistance to what I had committed to do. And then I said to Steph, I felt like this morning I was looking forward to getting up and running, and you said, well, what shifted? What? And again, so the shift to release resistance, it can be changing what you do. I could have stopped running, or it can be like working to just change your attitude about what you have to do, like relax into the moment. And it's kind of cool for me. I didn't have to run. I'm not really trying to prove anything to anyone, but it's playing with my edge of where the resistance is and seeing how calm I can keep myself, and I can always walk.
Yeah, and that's what it's eventually about, right? Staying calm within the chaos, or knowing your anchor, your breath, and
your breath
really is the anchor.
Your breath's your anchor.
And we notice that within Vipassana, within running, within a busy work day, whenever you're feeling tension or stress, or as simple as doing the dishes. And it really is about total success and alignment. To me, is being able to be in any situation in this world and be able to come back to your anchor or your breath and really calm your body, because that tension that we feel, most of my life I was in shape, I was a healthy eater, and I was living this life of tension because the way that my mind was processing things, and every cell in my body and every muscle was tensing in these situations. So it wasn't until I actually learned meditation and how to calm my body that I truly found health and happiness. Even though I looked healthy from the outside, I was slowly dying from the inside of tension.
In those days, Steph, when you felt, even though you say, I like that you say you looked healthy, because that was me too. I was very thin, I was lifting weights, so I was fit, and people would look at me and think, you know, there's no stress, but inside, I was resisting so much. And all of those activities, it was almost like I had to do them. I had to tick them off my to-do list. Did you feel that way? Like,
right?
I have to do this today, you know?
Yeah.
And if I didn't get my run in that day, I'd be annoyed at myself. So that really, it was interesting to me. Like, I hadn't heard you say that before, how you looked really healthy, but you didn't feel it on the inside. I was the same thing. I was getting pneumonia all the time and urinary tract infections and all of this, but exteriorly I looked really, you know, strong and healthy, but I was battling through things, like getting my list ticked off and being annoyed at myself if I didn't get it done, you know?
Yeah. And growing up and like training as a dietitian and in the yoga community and the movement, you know, physical activity and eating healthy was always like, that's how you're healthy. But there's this whole other piece that meditation. I started in my when I was 25, and even when I was in yoga, I did my yoga training and I still hadn't understood it, and I was going to yoga every day, even hot yoga, and was still very constricted and tight. And my mom actually shares the story as well. She was doing yoga every day and she was very, you know, these poses she wasn't getting into, and then she started doing Vipassana meditation, the same type we do, and it was on her third 10-day that finally her body relaxed and she came home and could do these yoga poses. So it wasn't stretching more, it wasn't more yoga, it was sitting in meditation and actually using your mind to relax your body. So as Joanne teaches the mind-body connection, and as I'm super passionate about getting health coaches out of adrenal fatigue, it really is that process and that stepping into the rest and digest and every day, not feeling like you have to go away to yoga retreat or yoga meditation or Vipassana, but actually in your everyday life, stopping and connecting with the breath. And doing the dishes is an awesome example, because way too often people scrub the dishes with anger and they're like pissed off.
People don't like to clean,
right? Why not try doing these activities with total alignment and acceptance? And or driving in traffic, if you are in rush hour, instead of getting pissed off, put on your favorite song, or try to flow through these chaotic situations with ease, and then you'll start to gain confidence. So this is what we mean by resistance, is if you feed more energy into that chaos, then you're just going to get more of it. Whereas if you can just accept it and definitely start small with little things and when in doubt, come back to the breath, the anchor. So
and I love that, you know, it's not about doing more. Often to let go of the resistance, you have to let go of things, like, and I love you said, because your breath is a key indicator of whether you're resisting things or not. If you're breathing deep and slow, you're in the flow. And the things you have to drop are ideas that you should do more. If your body's tired, sleep. If you know, so you ease your way into it, but it's not about doing more, it's about dropping thoughts that are not serving you, I think, and using the breath and your body feeling as your guide.
And that's what's really neat, is you always have that, and you can practice in the car, and it really is about it creating this length of breath. And I used to get migraines for, you know, maybe it was low magnesium, but I'm convinced it was actually shallow breathing, and I wasn't getting the breath through my whole body, therefore oxygen wasn't circulating. So as soon as I started taking those deep breaths, and you can practice this when you're at your office, in your office, or in the car, and that's the cool thing, is you don't need to pay money, you don't need to hire anyone, you can just start practicing and start to notice that. And it really is just connecting and flowing that life force, that oxygen, through your entire body, instead of just staying surface level. And that we can talk about this on the scientific level as well as chakra level and connecting all chakras. But scientifically speaking, that's how you get oxygen circulated throughout your body. So deeper breaths will calm you down.
How an alkalizing environment is healthy, and people talk about alkalizing environments. Well, deep breathing alkalizes your blood.
Yeah.
So I love when you say stuff, you don't need to buy anything, change your diet, breathe a little deeper.
Yeah. I love it. All right, guys, so that's all. So that's your tip for today. You can try that out. Let us know in the comments how you do. And Joanne helps people like you connect your mind and your body. Together, we help people like you create a life that you absolutely love. I specifically help health coaches get out of burnout, out of adrenal fatigue, and into that state of flow, into success, not only financially, but success with living in alignment within your life and creating that life and business that you absolutely love. And we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.